Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. This is Jerry Diamond with How to Get Out of Babylon. And, well, we got a really big project coming up. And that is, and this Christina saw that, there's an exodus happening, gonna happen, is happening. And it's gonna be huge. She said, I think it's gonna be bigger than the first one. I thought, yeah, it wouldn't take much. That's only 3 million people. I said, when I started out on this journey, this trek, this saga, this whatever you want to call it, adventure, I had this feeling, sense that whatever I did, whether I did a good job or a bad job, would be the difference between life and death for like 250,000 people, 250,000 people. Figure that stuck in my head. And at that time, I thought that there would be up to 3 million people involved coming out. And now I'm like, the 250,000, I mean, this was before internet. This was right about the time I was first getting online. Had no idea of nothing. I mean, I was, I'm still am, a technotard. I don't know much of nothing. But it was just, calculations, well, the American Revolution, maybe 1 to 3% of the population had anything to do with it. Just things like that, just kind of playing with numbers in my head. But as time has progressed, and I've seen more and more of just the awesome, majestic, magnanimous, just overwhelming evidence and proof of the perfection of what is going on, and has been planned since creation, before creation. I've been vastly increasing those numbers. So that number, the overall total, to the point that, for multiple reasons, I'm not going to go into them, but I could see 50 million people, packed in here like sardines. Can you say rats on a sinking ship? Well, Lifeboat Ozarks. Go to the 2006 maybe. Ozark Area Community Congress, OACC, where I first picked up the term refugium. The theme was Lifeboat Ozarks, So yeah, this is the lifeboat for the whole country, and to a large degree for a lot of people around the world. It's a lifeboat. So there will be a lot of people coming here. There are a lot of people coming here this spring. As we speak, people headed here. So it's going to be important that we work together and help each other and do everything we can to maximize and have that synergy and so it's not just an adding, it's going to be multiplying, and then, a geometric, an exponential increase in the effectiveness of everything. Because, the vision I had, young couple, I'll just quickly recap it. A young couple coming through the woods, each holding the hand of a boy and a girl. I knew they were homeless. I knew all they had on them, with them, was the shirt, the clothes they were wearing. That was it. And there was a home built ahead of time for them. Didn't know they were coming. Didn't know who they were. I've been told since then who they were, but somebody that thinks that's their daughter. But the home had been built for whoever found it first. And we were building a lot of them, like thousands, millions of them, around the edges of the Ozark Plateau. And it tore me up. I mean, sometimes I can tell that because I just, or I block it out, the emotion, the feeling that I had. It was such a feeling of it was like heaven, I can't, it's hard to describe it, the idea that people would be so unselfish and so godlike, so much like Messiah, so much like their Heavenly Father, that they would go out and work and build these homes ahead of time just for someone to find it and have it for their own. And that's what we were doing. So it tore me up. I mean, gut wrenching, heart rending. Just I cried for like a solid hour. I mean, just wept. I couldn't talk. My wife was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" Cry, cry, cry. Weep, weep, weep. Jeremiah was a weeping prophet, and I'm named after him. So So there. If you don't think guys are supposed to cry, then go talk to some of them tough guys. Jeremiah, get thrown in a pit. Preach for 17 years and have nobody listen to you. I've done that exactly 17 years. That's weird. No, it's just a coincidence. There's nothing to see here. Move along, move along. I don't know. Oh yeah. The Bible says the prophet's not without honor except in his own home. You should just be used to this kind of treatment from your family, whatever. And laugh about it. Forgive. That's something I made. The woman said she went through some really hard times with her family, and they have all they shunned her. She totally cut off or whatever. And I said, that's good. You got more time to do what God's given you to do, and you're not affected by all the toxic poisons. And I said, forgive. You got to forgive. That's key. That is so key. So, yep. So anyway, there's an exodus coming. Alas, Babylon. And this was written about, the time of Pentecost. I can tell you that much. 2000, yeah, about the year 2000. So, the garden was worth more than the gold. In wrath, remember mercy, the prophet Habakkuk pled. Their judgments are our blessings, is how that could be read. Their judgments are our blessings, is how that could be read, right? In wrath, remember mercy, the prophet Habakkuk pled. Okay. Their judgments are our blessings, is how that could be read. Were not 3 million people by plagues from Egypt freed? I think so. It was the plagues that set them free. So bad things happened, good people got out. May we, by Yahweh's catastrophes from Babylon, us lead. It's about to happen. The hammer is going to fall very soon. Get out now. Do not hang around under the Tower of Siloam. I just talked to somebody a couple of days ago. They were in the Twin Towers. One of them, they're at the top. The day before it happened. Weird. Yea, it would be wise. Okay, may we by Yahweh's catastrophes from Babylon us lead. Yea, it would be wise to heed the writing on the wall, relocate our families before the empire's fall. We'll learn to grow a garden worth more than lifeless gold. Build our new communities and our new borders hold. I had no idea that the Ozark Plateau existed when I wrote this. And I had no idea that there were borders, river borders, all the way around it, all virtually. So, yeah. You find another place like that on the continental United States, doesn't exist. May not exist in the entire world. I haven't looked at that. That's a good question. All right. Build our new communities and our new borders hold. Cut your losses. Burn your bridges. You'd better do it now. Don't look back. Escape the fire. Put your hand upon the plow. It takes some time to settle in, be trusted, learn the ropes. We must build a house and grow some crops if we're to live our hopes. The war we fought for freedom 200 years ago dragged on for 8 long, dark years. hunger pangs did many know. We'll never last the coming wrath unless our storage food abound. And that is meat upon the hoof and crops within the ground. Storage food, the best kind, live storage food. It is not just for us, for no more, from our stores we'll have to draw. Shan't we our brothers' keepers be, thus obeying Bible law? Law? Take care of other people? No. Yeah, try to reading it for once. If you're not taking care of widows, orphans, and strangers and Levites, you're breaking Torah. It's multiple times, Old and New Testament. There's nothing in the Old Testament that ain't in the Old. There's nothing in the Old that's not in the New. The Old is in the New concealed. The New is in the Old revealed. The Old is in the New revealed. The New is in the Old concealed. Figure it out for yourself. Okay. It's not just for us, for no more, or from our stores we'll have to draw. Shan't we our brothers' keepers be, thus obeying Bible law? Did that ever come into play there? Who was a really young kid? Joseph. Would Joseph have been blessed of God with an attitude like that? See the world starve to death while only the rich grew fat? Or he could have told his brothers to go jump, you know. He could have told his father to go jump. That's what's happened in my family. You know, old dumb dad, you know. You know, they don't care. So, would Joseph, you know, what if Joseph had done that? You know, hey, Dad, you know, sorry you're homeless, and sorry you're broke, and sorry you're hungry. Tough, you know, it's not my problem. Yeah, Joseph is like the premier example, along with, you know, Christ, of a son doing his father's will, but a son redeeming a large group of people. Okay. So would Joseph have been blessed of God with an attitude like that? See the world starve to death while only the rich grew fat? But no, in blessing all the world, he reached his own family too, thus saved all Israel from death and received the double birthright too. First Chronicles 5:2, to Judah was given the scepter, but to Joseph was given the birthright. Wonder where that comes from, or what, you know, what that means. Okay. America is Joseph's house, Manasseh tribe by name, and parts of all the other 12 who gather in his name. For Shiloh soon is to return, whose right it is to rule. He'll crush the nations with his law, and in righteousness a school. It falls to Joseph once again to savior all the rest. Thus the entire world looks on as we begin the test. Our test begins right now to use what we thought we owned to build a kingdom we can't yet see with what God to us has loaned. To lay our every resource down and sacrifice before his feet will seem as nothing when at last the nail-scarred man we meet. He will not own you then if you do not own him now. Obey his word, escape the world, and yes, begin to plow. If with his image our children will fill up all the world, the millennial kingdom will have come, his glorious banner unfurled. So, you know, that's a lot of that's coming true. I mean, the border thing, the gold, worthless gold. Oh my gosh, you know, they're gonna throw your silver out in the streets, you know. Now, speaking of the thing about, you know, you can't take, you know, the hearse following the U-Haul following the hearse, you know. You heard the story, I don't know, but, you know, one guy, he died, and he went up to the gates, you know, and he put a good case. He was a good arguer, and he finally, you know, convinced, you know, Peter that he could take something with him. and or the angel of death, that's what it was. So he'd got a suitcase, showed up at the pearly gates, and Peter's like, okay, open the case. What is it? He said, I got a deal. I got a special deal. Honest, it's kosher. It's good. You know, I can bring this in. All right, what's in it? Opens it up. It's gold. You know, packed with gold, solid gold, nothing else but gold. You brought pavement. You know, here's a hammer. Get to work. Streets of gold. Yeah. So, anyway, that poem brings out several ideas. Number one, we're headed for hard times. Number two, we need to be living closer to the land. I had a friend, he said, if you're not living close to the land with a relationship to the land, you're, in its essence, insane. Because, and Galen Chadwick puts it a different way, and this is what this guy was trying to get across. Galen says this, in the animal kingdom, if an animal cannot fend for itself, feed itself, defend itself, it's not an adult. In other words, the definition of a grown animal in the kingdom is it's feeding itself and fending for itself. By that definition, about 99% of us are not adults. We cannot feed ourselves. We cannot, fend for ourselves. So, I mean, I'm one of them, We're trying, and a lot of people are trying, but boy, we're not there yet. Number three, whether we believe it or not, whether we like it or not, if we are living in a safe area, we will most likely see vast numbers of refugees pouring in out of the cities. So, deal with it. As the social infrastructure deteriorates in this country. And number four, storage food. When we speak of storage food, needs to be growing live food. That's the best way to preserve food. And we're not going to make it if we don't have that capability of growing, food. So, yep. All right. So this is Jerry Diamond. If you're listening to this, you're the remnant. Thank you.